Hey guys, this is David Rodriguez from Hit the Spot Firearms Training. You know, when I'm not in the class or at the range training with my students, I'm usually doing something that's firearms related. And one of the things that I really enjoy doing is working on guns. I like modifying them and installing upgrades to them to make them not only look good, but actually work better. Today's video is just about that. We are going to do some work on a Glock 19 Gen 4. We're gonna do some stuff that is gonna make it look nicer and actually perform a little bit better. So how about it? Let's take a look at our patient. But before we do that, remember, safety first. We're going to safety check the firearm, make sure that there's no ammunition. And let's take a look at that. There's no bullets in the gun. There's no bullets around the table at all. So this is our patient. It's a pretty nice looking gun the way it is, but let me tell you what I'm gonna do to it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and polish the barrel, which means basically at the end it's gonna go from black to a high polished stainless steel. Then, if you look in here, we're gonna replace this factory plastic guide rod and we're gonna install a stainless steel guide rod. The other thing that we're gonna do is all the external controls, the slide release, the slide stop, and the mag release, we're gonna remove those and we're gonna install extended controls. They're gonna make the gun a lot easier to manipulate. And then finally, we're gonna go ahead and, you see these little pins here? The locking block pin, the trigger pin, and the trigger housing pin, we're gonna replace those too, and we're gonna make them stainless steel. So it's all gonna match and it's all gonna look awesome. Let's start with the first step in the modification, the barrel. Okay, what we're gonna need is to remove the parkerization on the barrel. What is parkerization? Parkerization is simply a coating that the manufacturer puts on the barrel to help increase the resistance. But in order for us to be able to polish it to high polished stainless steel, we need to remove that parkerization. And we can use everyday household products that could probably be found in your pantry. What we're gonna need is some apple cider vinegar. We're gonna need some generic earplugs and a container to soak the barrel. So let's begin the step-by-step process on how to polish the barrel. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and begin the process to be able to remove the parkerization off the barrel. Again, first things first, safety check. No ammunition in the firearm. And we're gonna go ahead and remove the barrel. Okay, we'll put our slide and our frames to the side. This is the guide rod. This will be changed later on in the video. And we are going to remove the barrel. So you can see the barrel is completely colored black. By the time we're finished with this process, it will be high polished stainless steel. So remember we said that we're going to go ahead and remove the parkerization so we could then be able to remove the black paint and then polish the barrel with a Dremel tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and soak this barrel in the apple cider vinegar. Now you can go to, you probably look on the internet and there's different videos on how to polish a barrel. Some people say soak it for 2 hours. Some people say soak it for 3 hours, 4 hours. But I found that the sweet spot is 6 hours. It's a long time, but believe me, after this 6 hours and we take the barrel out of the apple cider vinegar, that'll allow us to remove the paint a lot easier. So why did we need earplugs? No, we're not gonna make noise. What happens is the earplugs are going to be used to plug up the ends of the barrel because we do not want any vinegar to go inside the barrel. So that's simple. We just go ahead and take our earplugs and twist them in there. We're gonna make sure that before we soak it, there you go, that no vinegar will go into the barrel. Okay? So basically, we're covering our bases. This will prevent any vinegar from going in to the barrel. So earlier, I filled our container up with enough apple cider vinegar to go ahead and cover the barrel. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and drop the barrel in the vinegar. There you go. And we're going to leave it there for 6 hours. So we're not going to be filming this for 6 hours. Through the magic of video, we'll be back in 6 hours. and continue the process. Hey guys, we are back. The barrel has been soaking in the apple cider vinegar for 6 hours, and we're about to remove it and begin the polishing process. But let me let you know what we need to continue and to do that polishing process. We're gonna need some sort of sandpaper. For this, I'm using a sandpaper / sponge. This is actually used for drywall, and you can pick these up at any of your home improvement stores. Another thing that we're gonna need is the actual polishing compound, which is, we're gonna use a Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. Now, to actually do the polishing, we're gonna use a Dremel tool with a polishing pad. So with all that said, let's go ahead and remove the barrel and begin the polishing process. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and remove the barrel out of the apple cider vinegar. First things first, we're going to remove the earplugs. Make sure to do it at a level way so no vinegar gets inside the barrel. Here we go. It looks pretty dry, feels pretty dry. So we're going to go ahead and put the barrel on our towel, and we're going to move this out the way. Let's bring this into focus. We're going to go ahead and just dry this barrel up. You can see it already starts taking the paint off. You can see that already. Okay. Look at that. It's working perfect. See, that's why I told you guys that it's better to leave it in that apple cider vinegar for as long as you possibly can. I said 6 hours is the sweet spot. This for me confirms it once again that that's an actual good amount of time to leave it in there. We're gonna wipe this off. We're gonna take off the excess vinegar. Okay, we're gonna go into these crevices here of the barrel. You can see that. Okay, dry that off. And now you can see that it's beginning to remove that. So some people will look at this and say, wow, there's a lot of work to be done in there. But this is why we're gonna use the sandpaper / sponge. You're gonna begin to see me rub the barrel, and you're gonna begin to see that black paint come off. So let's watch it. You see that? Do you see how it's getting lighter? So we're actually removing as much of that paint as we can. It goes from black to, you start seeing the shine coming out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that all around. Okay, all around and in all the crevices. Okay. You see, if you leave it in the apple cider vinegar for less than 6 hours, and you're desperate and you want to do 4 hours, 3 hours, it's going to be harder to take this out. You can see the difference between here. You can already see the difference. It's becoming more silver, and here is black. So let's go ahead and keep doing it on this side. It's not magic, guys. It's science. Okay? See that? Look at the difference. See that? You can see how it's coming out. The top. Look at this one. It still has that black paint, but let's go ahead and sand that. And we're not looking for perfection here yet, because the compound and the Dremel tool is what's going to really bring the shine out on this. But we are going to go ahead and do every crevice that we can. Let's go ahead here, remove that. That's why these sponges are actually pretty good, because you get the corners and you're able to get into these crevices. Okay, remember to do the feed ramp. Feed ramp is always going to be a good thing to polish on barrels, because it'll actually help feed the rounds into the barrel a lot quicker and with less error. So a good polished feed ramp is always good to have. So I hope that the camera can show that, yeah, it was black, now it's not black. It's not shiny, but it is already, it's in its stainless steel state, if you can see that. Okay, and there's some extra parts here. that require a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember, this is just getting it started. The actual polishing and when we apply the compound is really going to bring out the shine on this barrel. And the more that you use the compound and the more you polish it, the shinier and shinier it gets. We can actually get this barrel to be like a mirror shine, but we don't want a mirror shine. We just want a good stainless steel look on it. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue just to do this a little bit more. And I think it's almost to the point where we could begin to use the, let's try a little bit more here. So I already got, you guys are gonna be able to see the effects of the compound. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna do this for a couple of minutes more, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start using compound. Okay guys, we have already used the sandpaper sponge to take out all of the paint, and it is in its bare state. It's actually in a really good place now. It looks really cool, but we're gonna get this a lot more shinier and it's gonna look even more cooler. So we're gonna go ahead now and begin the process, and we're gonna use the compound. What I like to do is I like to put a little bit of the compound, rub it on it. If you see, as soon as you rub it on it, you can look at the Q-tip. It keeps taking out the paint, and what that's actually doing is it's making it shiny. So we're gonna go into these crevices with this. We're gonna use I'm gonna actually just do the top part. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me polish the whole barrel. I will show you the finished product, but I want you to see the difference. So let's go ahead and polish the top part. We're gonna go ahead and use the Dremel tool with a polishing a wheel. And you're gonna see the difference. We're gonna start off with a slow speed, and let's go like this, and you're gonna be able to see how the polishing pad gets black, and the blacker it gets, that means it's working. So let's go ahead. You see that? You see that? That means it's working. Hey guys, we're back. About an hour and a half later, we are completely done polishing the barrel. Check out the finished product. It looks pretty nice if you ask me. It came out really nice. Look at the feed ramp. It's very polished and smooth. Look at the side of the barrel, and look at the front of that barrel. Just to think that it started off as black and now it's a high polished barrel. Just goes to show you that hard work really does pay off. I'm so excited about this modification, and I want to continue, but unfortunately I can't. I'm still waiting for the upgrades to be delivered, but I will catch back up with you once they get delivered, and we'll continue and complete this project.